Okay, good morning, my MVP family. Good morning. Good morning, wherever you are. This is your girl, Miss Bev, with yet another video. It's Sunday morning, and I'm just praying and hoping that wherever you are and whatever you're doing, that it will be blessed. You will be blessed. Your families will be blessed. And that, especially those of you who are getting ready to return to Jamaica, whether it's by force or by free will, I'm just praying that you have asked God for guidance and that everything will work out in your favor. There's no perfection anywhere. The crime rates are still very high in Jamaica. I mean, little things that are creating these harsh problems. You know, something happened with two bus drivers. I think one cut off the other, and the other one, filled with passengers, drove up, blocking the other bus with passengers, jumped out with a knife. With a knife. For what reason? With a knife. Block the man's bus, get on there, and all of these are necessary. You have the driver again in Homewood, Manchester, on the high school campus. On the school's campus. Some person waited this man to come in. He was getting ready to take kids on a trip, on a football thing, what they were supposed to go, and walked up and shot the man to death. These unnecessary killings, day in, day out, day in, day out. And prayers are going up, and prayers are going up. But we do know it's the end of time. Men's hearts are failing them for fear. Yeah, our hearts are failing us for fear because of the cruel things. People would be desperately wicked. And we see it. We see everything coming full circle. They're desperately wicked. They don't care where they attack. And the little things that they're creating, you know, it is hard. You know, I woke up this morning and I prayed and I laid there on my back and I'm just going through things, just talking to God, just talking to Him. So I'm just saying, guys, whatever your situations are, just know that there will be challenges. There'll be challenges, but Bev Brown posted something from her church yesterday, and there was a song that just kept coming to me this morning. Just kept coming to me this morning. And I asked her if she could extract it from her video and send it to me. And so at the end, when I stop speaking, guys, you will hear the song. Just listen to it. Just listen to it. And just find, I don't know, just find some solace in it, because it's not easy. Last night I was here with Kayla and I'm just thinking, like, maybe people have issues prior to, but the anger level, the police pulling over a man because he was driving illegally. He was not supposed to have passengers, I think, and they stopped him and was going and create a huge problem. A huge problem. And I always say this, even sometimes I have Roku, and I'm looking at some of these stories that come up in the crime thing, like shoplifting, things like those that the police is called. A police pull over somebody for whatever reason. They said, oh, they were driving too fast. And so there are laws. You know, we had the 10 Commandments from day one that was handed to Moses, right? And we have the countries are governed, the world, I think, is governed by those same 10 Commandments. And yet we try to not wanting to follow the laws. The law says drive 60 miles. My God, it doesn't take too much. Just drive the 60 miles, because you know if you go over that, and there's so much technology now, clicking, 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 it doesn't take much for a policeman to say, oops, clock you at 70 in a 65. All you have to do is say, I'm sorry, or just shut your mouth, give them what they asked for, and keep going. The abuse that has to take place, the grabbing out of vehicle, the cussing at people, you wonder if people are thinking things go simple and easily, even at home in your relationships. Your husband said something stupid and you don't have to respond, because it's a response that creates another response that creates another. It's so nice to live in peace. It is so nice if the police pulls you over, or you're shoplifting. You know you're shoplifting. Cameras are in the stores watching everybody, watching every move. If you go to the checkout and you don't pay for what you take in your thing, they can watch you. They're monitoring. They're watching to see what you didn't scan. They're watching to see you scan 10 things, but your receipt. They can see you guys. Stop it. Then when they come and they say, oh, they saw you on the camera shoplifting, you start fighting, you start cussing, you start making them abuse you. Instead of just saying, oh my goodness, some of you are stealing unnecessarily. You need to go somewhere. But there's some who are stealing food to go feed their children, which sometimes I don't even think that's necessary, because a lot of times when you have multiple kids, then you probably would get food stamps or something to help you. So whatever you're doing with what you get, as I said, teach your children to be satisfied, and so that you can live peaceful, man. And just the one time, I'm talking now the situation in Jamaica where the police, he had passengers in the vehicle. But people who came up and start now with the police, because the police, probably they talked to him before, I don't know what happened, but he was carrying passengers in an unregistered vehicle, in a vehicle that he shouldn't be carrying passengers in, or whatever is the situation. And the guy was there and, cooperating with the police until the crowd gathered and, dirty police dog, go suck your mother, whatnot. And the way they talk to law enforcement, threatening them, carrying on. So now the man felt empowered. They're strengthened numbers. And now he feels empowered. Now, instead of things just going simple, people got pepper sprayed, and for what? And now they're going to make us a thing, and everybody videotaping. Well, if they weren't videotaping, we wouldn't know the story. But, nobody was in the car, that wasn't even true. But you had one or two people saying it, then more people start, nobody was in the car. Yes, he had passengers in the car. But the disrespect towards the law enforcement in Jamaica, and then when situations happen to the same people, cussing them and carrying on, they're going to be calling them to come and support them. That's a tough job. It's just like in teaching. Kids come and cuss you out, call you all sorts of names, and tomorrow they walk up back in your classroom like nothing happened. And you have to just forgive yesterday and start fresh today. But people, we need to do better. We need to do better. We really need to do better. We are not savages. That's what they called us years and years and years ago. They called us savages. And our behaviors are telling people that, people sit at their dinner tables and people, and that's what they look down on us and call us because of our behavior. I tell my students often, I said, and I tell my children too, from they were young kids, I said, nobody knows who you are. They don't know you're bright kids getting A's in every aspect of the work that you do. All they see is a human being walking. I told my son, all they see It's you moving around. They don't know you. So don't go there and expect them to know that my mom is a teacher and she teaches. No, they don't know you. All they see is your behavior, is your attitude, and that's what they are going to use to judge you. Strangers coming amongst you and they're observing. And all they know about you is what they see. How you dress and carry yourselves, how you speak, and how you behave. So my fellow people, I know a lot of you are coming back home and, you know, and with the deportation thing looming, I know that there's going to be a lot of characters coming back into Jamaica who are going to come back to not support growth and wealth, but to promote the bad behaviors. And there are many of our young people are gullible and it's going to gravitate towards it and think it's okay. And the police are going to get more brutal because they have to ramp up in order to meet the brutality from those who are dishing it out on people daily. Even if you have a problem with somebody, it doesn't have to be so vicious. You can have conversations, you can work things out. If you're in a relationship and the man is cheating or the woman, walk away now. Walk away. Just walk away and continue to live your life. A lot of times the problem is the darn, oh, you know, I left the house because you bill it or you help bill it, so you know, leave. Somebody would need to leave. Leave it alone just to have our peace of mind. Okay, even if a fight and whatever happened, there was a chap who, the girl was a YouTuber. Built up, doing well. And whatever was going on with she and the husband now. The husband got somebody pregnant. And she didn't want to be with him anymore. And what he did, hire somebody to kill her. And in his mind, he knows that she had insurance, she had this and that. But he thought that he was going to be fine. And when he called the insurance company, they said, no, he's not the beneficiary. And he says, can you tell me who? And they said, no, we can't give you that information. You know, better he had kept her alive. So the things we're doing, guys, our hearts are getting desperately wicked. There's no more communication. We need to go back to communication. We need to get back to that level of learning to speak to people. Because some of us don't know how to talk to people. We're angry, we hold things in, and when we open our mouths to speak, it's pure anger, pure bitterness. If you learn to communicate, something is not right, you don't understand it, ask a question. Have a conversation. Don't hold it in until it becomes so bad that you have to go do something stupid. Have communication. A lot of times the things you're thinking, it's nowhere near that. But because we have the negative bottled up in us, we don't know how to treat people well, we don't know how to be kind and loving, so everything becomes bitter. When we practice love and loving ways, we're going to see that it's easy to talk to people. It's easier to solve problems. It's easier to get through life. Because when we're bitter and miserable, we bring it with us wherever we go. And when we're doing that, nobody wants to be around us. So my people, wherever you are, whatever your situation today, sit and have a talk. Have a talk. Open the doors for communication, good conversation. Open the door for laughter and love. Stop taking things personal and bitter, but open the doors of communication. And you'll find that in there, there's a lot of laughter, there's a lot of love, a lot of care, a lot of beauty. Make it a great day by choice. If you can't be good, be careful, but onward and upwards, everybody. Onward and upwards. Onward and upwards. Let's build. Let's lift up. Let's go forth in unity.
To deceive me while I was in my room one day, he tried to tell me that my troubles, they would never, never go away. So confused, with no one to help me or show me the way. Indeed, I knelt by my bedside and I started to pray. I felt the answer down on my knees. Oh, mercy, I